Okay, good afternoon, everyone. This is StoleYaSweetroll. We're going live with another Build and Chill Q&A. Today, I think we're going to build an entire cabin from start to finish. But first, let's take a look at the item shop. This week, you can get the entire log cabin kit. It is... I'm not sure how much the bundle is because I bought the cabin set a long time ago and then bought the porches to go with it. It was like 350 items. But anyways, for those of you who don't have them, they are available right now. So, without further ado, let's go ahead and get started. Make sure I get the right character. And let's go. Alright, what's up, Phoenix? What's up, Fallout Fred? Good morning, good afternoon. Yeah, it's 11:19 a.m. for me right now on this lovely Saturday morning. Still waking up.
My Switch said
Indeed.
on Breath of the Wild it says 8 a.m.
Okay, Eli.
And that's a 50 right in front of it. 8:50 a.m.
Mm-hmm.
Because I killed the mold digger at the wrong time.
Okay, buddy.
I had a weird attack up.
Well, these load screens take forever, don't they? 16. The 12 is 4. No. Yeah, 4. My math is off. Yeah. 4:19 p.m. Yeah. 8:20 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. Yeah. It is early indeed. Or late. It's kind of wherever you land at. So, what we're going to build today is this build right here. I was working on this yesterday, just testing out a few ideas. And next thing you know, I built an entire house, and I was like, heck, you know what? We'll build this. We'll build this today. So, first thing we're going to do, we're going to tear it down to just the foundation. And then we're going to get started on building it. Let's take a little walk around so I can remember what it all looked like before we get going. And hopefully we can get this entire thing built within an hour or two. So on the inside of this large living room. And over here is going to be the kitchen. And the bathroom right here. And to the right. Where am I building? I'm building right here by New Gad. This is one of my favorite spots for just testing out a lot of stuff because hello, rowdy neighbors. Let's take care of these aggressive passerby.
That was cool.
Yeah, it was. All right. So, through here we've got one bedroom. Then we've got the sunroom. And to the left we've got the master bedroom. And the cool thing about this build is the budget. It's pretty big. It's a pretty big build. However, the budget is tiny. I mean, really small amount of budget used on this cabin for the structure by itself. You see, here's the roof. So it's a pretty good sized house. And the budget is only, yeah, a very, very small amount of budget. I mean, we're talking like less than 20% of your budget is going to be used on this build. So let's go ahead and start tearing this down. And the reason I'm doing it in reverse, so you can see a lot of the process in tearing down one of these houses and everything that kind of goes into it. So we're just gonna, I don't know why I'm not storing this. I could save myself a lot of resources if I store it instead of scrapping it. All right, so let's store it instead of scrapping it. That would have been a good idea, so you'd have seen exactly how much budget this house is, minus the. There we go. What's happening, Mystic Storm, Tristan? Good to have you guys and gals, maybe. Let's see. All right. I'll keep that runner there. I'm not going to scrap that. Let's see, we're just going down to the foundation with it. Okay, and these guys right here, these are going to be a pain to replace or to store out. But assuming if I, ooh, hello. All right, so yeah. All right, these guys want to be difficult. That's fine. See if I can get them to go. Yep, there we go. One, two, three, four. All right, and here. Okay, now you see these guys are kind of fun to delete. So where these are built above this half wall down here, what we gotta do, make these doorways real quick. Just like I say to church when building in this game, you're going to lose your sanity due to the building mechanics. Don't you just hate when you have to take everything down just to fix one thing? Oh yeah, oh yeah. However, today I'm taking it all down so I can rebuild it. Alright, so to remove these guys, you have to remove the unsupported half wall below first. And this one is a real pain to get a hold of. You gotta get the cursor just the right spot to grab it. To grab that. That is the floor that I'm grabbing. Heck, you know what? Let's grab the floor. We'll just do it this way, because I can rebuild the floor a little easier. Rotation matters. Let's Alright, and there's this threshold here. We're going to get rid of that. Like I said, we're taking this down to just the bare foundation. Alright. And let's take this one and get it snapped down to the lower piece so we can have a placeholder for the railing. Come on. Barn or contemporary or industrial. That way we can clip through it. Alright. There we go. Now we'll snap off to the side here, just so we can have a placeholder for this rail height. Now, let's go ahead and store these. All right, we're almost there. Store that. Get that one. Now for the sunroom. Get this out. Store that. Store that. Get a placeholder for the height. That way I don't have to freehand this. It's always fun getting the height. Yeah, that's right, because I snapped to that. Okay, put this guy back in. How did you glitch the Raider Punk radio into the desk? I just built his radio on top of the desk and did a drop merge, though. It's a bit tricky with Raider Punk because if he's using his desk, you can't access it, so you gotta wait till he's not on it to do the drop merge. Alright. Okay, now with everything torn down but the foundation, let's go into photo mode so you can get a good view at the layout here for when you do, if you want to replicate this. Alright, so let's just kind of zoom out the field of view. Ignore the placeholders that are lower. You've got a 1x3 for the front porch. And then on the inside, you're looking at a 2x4 and a 1x2 at the back, and then a 1x2 to the side for the sunroom. Pretty simple layout. So let's get started. Oh, and then there's the wraparound porch on the back, which I deleted. So for visual purposes, I will put that back for now, even though we're gonna have to remove it to do all the building here. You know, let's just leave it off for now. But yeah, wraparound porch on the back. Okay, so let's get started with, we'll start with the front porch, since why not? So to do the front porch, first thing we have to do, one at a time, we need to pull these foundation pieces out and get a catwalk. Ooh, my stored menu. So many things now. Which I don't seem to have a catwalk. So let's go to the catwalks over here under miscellaneous. And here we go. We're going to start with the catwalks and our walls. And like I said before, to layer them in, you can use either the contemporary, the barn, this guy out temporarily. Or the industrial set. Any of these three you can snap through. Any of these three build sets. So let's take this over here. Whoop. Move that over there. Bring this over. Grab that, put it back in here. Okay, we'll pull this out. Put this on here. Slide in a foundation over here to snap off of. So right here, what we're doing, we're getting our underpinning layer put in first and foremost. We got to get this in. Back to the catwalk. Like I said, doesn't matter which set you use, so long as it's either the barn, contemporary, or industrial. Alright, once you got those in, go on to placeholders. And I tell you what, let's go ahead and snap in on that placeholder. And start burning. Oh, is it too high? It is too high. Alright. Let's take it to this side. Let's burn from the exterior side. Come on. Yeah, that's the whole reason I bought the catwalks. It's funny how the only reason I use those catwalks is just to snap in floors. Not floors, but walls. And floors. I use them for offsets, which you'll see here in a few minutes as we're doing the interior. I'll be using the catwalks to do floor offsets. Burn these guys out too. Oh. Go figure. I made things a little tight over here. That's okay. Let's go ahead and drop this down. Alright, with everything burned, we can go ahead and move on to the next step. Alright. So, let's go ahead and take this placeholder out. We don't need it anymore. And right here, this would be where you would need to, you know, have lowered up, lowered down a foundation to the side to line up the wall level with the bottom edge of the porch. So, anyways, let's just go ahead and use either barn, industrial, or contemporary once again. And we're going to put in the doorways right here. And what that's going to do, that's just going to let us be able to pull out these placeholder foundations. And then we can just slide the porch right in there. And with those in, and what I'm gonna do, we're gonna build the railings real quick for the front porch before I hit repair all, in order to save some time and effort. Make sure we have our rotation right, which I do not. Which way to go? Right here. Yes. Okay. All right. Now we're gonna put in our railing pieces like so. All right. We can remove this placeholder with our railing pieces in. Now we've got to burn them again because they can't be left unsupported. So we're going to trick the game and make it think that these walls aren't here anymore, so we can remove the floor. Pretty good. While I'm waiting for that to reset, we're just going to grab this and pull it up. Pull this one up. And we're going to re-trigger this. Alright. That's done. We'll pull this one up. Okay. Now. Okay, this is where it gets kind of fun. Let's go ahead and, before we go any further, we're going to snap in our stairs. Now, before we snap in these stairs, or whichever stairs I'm going to go with, I'd like to use these. There's probably a reason I didn't use these. Oh well, we're going to do it anyways. Let's pull out this foundation piece right here, even though we just put it back. And we're going to take one of these contemporary porches and snap it in here. Go back to our stairs. Put those in. Store that. And bring this one back in like so. Alright, with all these in, let's go over to our camp module and repair all. This is possibly the easiest way to get this done. Now with everything repaired, we can go through and use the replace function on change them out to what we need them to be. These ones right here, we need to make windows for now. That way we can grab them, and not grab them, but grab the ones below them. Because it's easiest to get these little foundation pieces from above, like so. However, if you have a solid wall there without an opening, you can't grab it. So you have to either have, like right here where we got the doorway, we can look up right under it, and we can replace like so. And then this one goes to the solid glass, solid glass, solid glass, and solid glass. Okay, sunroom's done. Now we're going to go around the base of the porch and change out these bottom pieces to the log. And there we go. That's that one right there. And then as we're going through, we can change out the top ones as well. Bottom, then top. Alright, so now we have the front porch and the sunroom done. So, moving on. We're going to go to the interior, and we're going to go ahead and start putting in some walls. So, we're going to start with the side bedroom. In order to get this one done, we've got to start with a doorway here, and I think I'm going to put the doorway on this side of it. So, doorway here. And we're going to put in a full wall right here. Okay, and on this side of it, what we have to do is we're going to put in a wall that's offset by a quarter. So it's going to come right along here. And how we go about doing that is we're going to have to pull out this foundation temporarily. Move it over here to the right. And the reason we had to have these sidewalls in first is because the game won't let you build in these walls intersecting with the wall we're going to put in the middle. Now, let's try it this way before going through the trouble of shifting the foundation around. But I'm going to try just snapping off of a catwalk just to see if it'll work. Because sometimes it will, sometimes it won't. And it will. Okay. Now, one mistake I just made though, and I just caught myself here. We have to have the roof in first. So you have to make sure this room's gonna be double roofed. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna snap in a flat roof above this. Because the thing is, if we don't snap in the roof first, then we can't get the well, I'd be lying if I said we can't do it. But it's a little bit harder to get the roof in after we have the wall there. So if we have the roof in first, then snapping in the wall goes a lot easier. See, I'll try to put this in, see how it's red. So make sure you have the roof in before you put the wall in. And I'm just going to store this catwalk and slide the foundation back in place. See, that's in. So with that in, let's go ahead and put in our front window here. And make sure it's on this side of it. There we go. Replace this back to a solid wall. And this one, we're putting in a window here. Bedroom is done. Going along pretty smoothly. Right on, right on. What is happening, Ward? Alright, moving on. Okay, so let's go ahead and do this side bedroom over here, the master bedroom. So first, once again, we're just going to shift this out, and we're going to go to our catwalks. Go to the full one, and once again, we're going to be snapping in the contemporary, barn, or industrial half walls to make underpinning. Oh, one small detail I forgot to mention. When snapping the log walls for your underpinning, you need to use the wooden foundations, because if you use the concrete ones, they clip through really bad on the front. See right here how it's clipping. And the wood ones still clip a little bit, but it's not as bad. So be sure to use the wood foundations where you use the log underpinning. But if you're going to use brick, it doesn't matter, because the brick actually shows on top of all of them. So you don't have to worry about which foundation you use if you're using brick. But if you're using a log, use the wooden foundations. Let's take and just shift this over here out of the way. What? Wrong place. Pull this back in. Shift this one out. Put this in here. 1 and 2. Holy cow, does that say I'm almost down to wood? Ooh, that's not good. That's not good. Oh, man. How can I almost be on a wood? I mean, I am building cabins. Oh, let's hope 99 wood is enough to finish this up. Okay. So, now that these are in, let's go ahead and replace to the log. Oh yeah, and this one right here, not necessary. Did not need to put that there because there's going to be a porch wrapping around on this backside, so you don't need to put the underpinning where you're going to have it covered up by a porch because it can't be seen, so that's just wasted budget. All right, so with that, let's go ahead and get our walls for our master bedroom in. Eli, please be quiet, buddy. All right. So let's get these in. Two and the back. That is good to go. And let's go ahead and snap in our doorway here. And before I put in this wall, we're going to go ahead and we're going to, let's see, to save wood, because we're almost out of wood, I'm going to use these Brotherhood of Steel walls for now. And we're going to build our little, we're going to build the archway going into the kitchen. Where's the Brotherhood arches? Boy, this build menu is getting cluttered. Alright, let's build that up there. I hear you, Phoenix. Sadly I'm on PlayStation, so can't take any donations from PC. Bummer. Alright, so let's just burn that out of there and replace this to a flat, so, or that one. Replace to a detached piece so we can pull it apart. And we're going to go to this side. And this one doesn't really matter what we put back in its place, so let's just go ahead and build the log arch right here because that's what's going in the final build. We'll repair this, replace it to the matching log piece, and then replace this to a flat or a detached piece and store it away. Alright, we are one step closer to having this built. And going back to walls, we're going to go ahead and build in our bathroom wall. Okay, so on the bathroom wall, this is where it gets kind of fun. So first things first, we've got to put in either, once again, contemporary, barn, or industrial. And we're going to do a double stack of the halves. Get a little bookcase here. Yeah, the build menu's a mess. It is a real mess. But I've learned how to navigate it somewhat. Alright. So, I'm going to burn those two out. And with those burned out, we're just going to move this over here. Because we're going to have to burn some more here in a moment. We're going to go ahead and put in... You know what? I'm just going to use... Oh no, it doesn't matter. Yeah, it does matter. Alright, so in order to save wood, I'm just going to go ahead and use a log doorway instead of a barn doorway. And I'll just use repair all. This next bit, little trickier. So we're going to once again go to our contemporary, industrial, or barn wall. We're going to do another burnout right here. However, we're going to layer in an extra wall. But as you can see, Bethesda's changed something with the layering on the walls, and you can't layer in identical walls. However, they had a bit of an oversight, thank God, and you can layer in a different wall. Even though it's still a half wall, you can layer in a different type of half wall. So, we're just going to layer in a barn wall here. And we're going to burn that out as well. And now, you'll see why here in a moment. This might not make sense right now, but it will. Trust me. Okay. And it's gonna get fun here in a moment, trying to get all this to go together right. For now, we'll go ahead and we'll put the exterior side wall on, and we're gonna slide this foundation out. Okay, with the foundation slid out, we're gonna go ahead and stick our roof over this. And come on, line up where I want you. 2 roof pieces in, and now we're going to offset a wall in here. However, we're going to do a wall merge. And the reason I'm going to do this is so I can put wallpaper on the log wall to make a backsplash for the kitchen. So, once again, going to our catwalks, we're going to snap this in. And we want to build our walls. We want to make sure the interior face is facing us on this side. So let's go to the contemporary or barn once again. And it's giving us some lip. That's to be expected. So if it's giving us lip, that's okay. We're just going to take this foundation and we're going to slide it in right here. Snap off of this catwalk. Grab this one, pull it forward. Now we can build in our half wall. And we're going to burn this half wall out so the game doesn't register it as being supported anymore. So it's floating. Along with burning that out, it'll also give us the ability to snap in and make sure it's on the side of this wall, so it's inside it. Put in this log doorway. With that done, we can slide these guys back out. And we can now run over to our module and repair it. And who has come to see me? Hello, Fred. And repair all structures. Okay. Alright, so with all this built, we can go through with the replace option now and change these walls out to what we need them to be. This is going to be the bathroom, so we want to have our little little quarter window right here, privacy. Now, for the kitchen. Now, if you notice on this contemporary wall, it's bleeding through on the back side of this log wall. Now, the interesting thing I found out the other day, so if you change out this half wall to the Brotherhood of Steel half wall, the Brotherhood of Steel half walls, they're thinner. Now the frame is thicker, so you can still see right up here. You can see this frame kind of cutting through, but that's not a huge deal. Hell, wait, Fred has a gift. Oh my, what could Fred possibly have? Oh, look at that pot of gold and in the... Oh my goodness. Thank you, friend. Do appreciate that. Made things a lot easier. Oh, not in build menu. There we go. Awesome possum. Let's go ahead and throw on a scrap box here. Do appreciate that, bud. Save the day. Here I was thinking I was going to have to make a wood run in the middle of a build. Fred came along and rescued us all. Thank you, thank you. Okay, let's transfer to our scrap box. A little bit of our 2,000 wood that Fred so generously donated to help with the build. Do appreciate that. All right. So, the Brotherhood of Steel walls are thinner, so that means we can layer them in with the log walls in locations where you want to have wallpaper. Now, granted, we have to put the wallpaper on before we replace the wall, because you can't access it if you don't. So, let's go ahead and access this. And throw in our wallpaper for our backsplash in our kitchen. As you can see, layered up, we've got this nice backsplash right here on this log wall. And on the back side, very little bleed through. You get a little bit of the frame, but it's a small price to get some wallpaper. And you can do it all the way up on the wall. It doesn't matter. So, okay, buddy, I'm not getting off yet. Sure, Rifty. I'll approve your friend request later after stream. So, for this one, it's a bit trickier because we've got 3 walls layered in here on this bottom part, and up here. So this top one's going to go to a window, and right here we need to wallpaper the one that's going to be on the inside. Okay, with that wallpaper. And then we need to replace the one that's going to be facing out on the outside. So the one that's going to be on the outside is going to be the log half wall. And then the wallpapered one is going to be the Brotherhood of Steel. So what that does is it gives us the log showing instead of the Brotherhood of Steel wall. Now there is a little bit of the frame sticking out right here. Not a whole lot I can do about that. Where I have it shifted back. Now if it was on the corner of it, it wouldn't be as apparent, but where we've got the wall shifted over, you can see it a bit back here. But cover it up with some furniture, some decor, figure it out. So, moving on. Let's go ahead and get our doorway in. So now with the doorway in, we've got all this here. We've got the side rooms built. This one needs a roof over it, and it needs a wall over here on this side. And the reason we didn't put the wall in first was because we had to have the half wall to get the roof to build this archway. Now, you don't have to build the archway in your build if you don't want it, but I figured I like it, so I built it. So, anyways, replace that to a full wall. And let's go ahead and get our roof in. Come on. There we go. Roof's in. Alright. So now that all this is in, let's go ahead and put our back porch on. Now if you want, if this gap is too much and you don't want the gap, you can go and do the underpinning first. Because these guys have a bit of a gap in between right here. So if you want to put underpinning on this and wrap this, do the process that I did up front and around the sunroom to put underpinning on this. Now here's one thing I did notice. Even though that log wall right there isn't intersecting, these stairs don't want to snap with this wall or the log wall right here. So what you have to do before you put in the stairs, you have to make these guys either the bar, and then he should snap right in, no problem. But for whatever reason, if you have the log set or any other set in, and it's not wanting to let me replace, go figure. Now, if it's giving you issues and not wanting to let you replace walls, if you go over to your wall menu and you just kind of scroll a couple of them, and then you go back to the edit menu, you can actually, yeah, it'll work. I don't know why it does that sometimes, but it does. All right. So, let's go ahead and continue wrapping the porch around. And this is just kind of like a budget saver why I'm not putting the underpinning around this. But like I said, if it's something that it really bothers you, you can put underpinning around this with the same process we did around front. So it's whatever you want to do. And I put this one in backwards. Or did I? No, I didn't. Alright, come on. That one goes in. Turn that way. Turn that way. And we're going to get this one in here. Whoop, had it. There we go. All right. Now with these in, let's go ahead and add in our stairs here and get our railings in. Defenses. 1 and 2. Over here, 1 and 2. Back to stairs to get our back stairs on. And boom. Porch is done. Easy peasy. Alright. Let's go ahead and get our top arches in. Back here. Alright. Now here comes the fun part. One at a time, we're going to replace these out to slanted pieces. And we're going to burn them out. You'll see why here in a moment. We'll go to this back one, which I guess doesn't matter because I've got the porch that I can set on. So we'll go ahead and it could be a slanted one or it could be a corner one. It just has to be a raised piece so we can hit it with the fire. Oh wait, I need to do these one at a time because I can't reach the front one. Alright, so let's take that back to a flat, and then we'll hit the front one. I'll wait for this guy to rearm. Might have to scoot it over. There it goes. Alright. So, with these guys burned out, let's go ahead and put our roof over top of these guys. Here. 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 Go forward. Here. Come on. And here. Okay. Now with those roof pieces in, we can repair these. This one I get from underneath. Once they're repaired, you can just replace them back to flats. Get stuck on a doorway. Back to a flat with that one, and back to a flat with this one. Alright. We're going to go over here. Repair and repair. And back to flat. Back to a flat. Alright. So, now we can go ahead and start blending in this roof. And I'm going to stop right there because we're going to add in a chimney. Yep, it can sometimes, depending on which angle roof you have and how close you can get it. But you know, both ways work. However you want to do it, it all works at the same in the end. Let's see. I'm gonna build a chimney to go in here. So there's a couple ways to go about it, and depending on how big you want your chimney to be. I'm thinking might be able to get away with one piece on it. Something like this. Let me check the height here, because we've got... Okay, the roof isn't... Yeah, the roof is sort of doubled. So, yeah, there's going to be a bit of this showing on the inside. So if you want to do a single row chimney, what you have to do is you gotta kind of cover up this bit right here. There's many ways to do it, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this bookcase and I'm just going to shove it up against the front of this. And, which, you know what? I'm going to take it all the way to the top. And I'm going to drop merge it down. Because you can actually use this to build like a shelf on the inside of the build. So we're just going to drop merge this bookcase down inside this chimney piece. And on top of that, don't know if I'm going to put smoke coming out of it. That's a bit involved because we'll have to drop merge a modern fireplace into it too to get the smoke effect. Oof, that's a lot of effort. A lot of effort. Now, if you want to put yourself through the abuse of trying to cover up the modern fireplace, or you could do a 2x2 chimney with two stacks of chimneys face to face. Yeah, it's in the Atom Shop. Alright, so real quick, before I go any further with that drop merge, we're going to make the cap. And I really like these tables right here for the cap. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take, and I think two will do. Do two tables, and get these on the sinky dirt. Now I could have used a pressure plate, but we're using sinky dirt in this build, so let's do sinky dirt. And then you're going to line these up at the top of your chimney. Or fire, well, technically it's a fireplace, but it's going to be a chimney. So get it nice and lined up. And come on. I just want to move it a little bit, game. Thank you. Once you have it lined up, then we're going to finish our drop merge. And I tell you what, we go ahead and re-grab this bottom table again and get it back on top. I'm going to drop merge this again, and perfect. So now that that's done, we're just going to grab this and bring it back inside. And find our other, whoops. Let's grab this again. Bring it back inside. Try not to tongue-tied. Try not to introduce any extra rotation to it. We're going to try to line them up perfectly. So let's bring these over here. Get them lined up on this seam, where you can see. And then we're going to take and we're going to stack the two of them up on each other. And do try not to add in extra rotation. Only look straight up and strafe. Don't look left and right as you're trying to stack these, because then you're going to get them all sorts of out of alignment, and then you'll have to freehand them back in. So now we're just going to strafe using the left stick and kind of bump this over where it's lined up, and now it's overhanging on this side. And this is where it gets tricky, because it's really hard to move just that right amount, as you can see. And the game doesn't like to let you just bump something an inch. You have to like move it over before moving it back. So now we've got it fairly doesn't help that the chimneys have a bit of a taper to them, or the fireplaces have a bit of a taper. Oh man, you know what? If I wanted to spend an hour getting it perfect, I'd spend an hour getting it perfect. But we're not going to do that. So with that in mind, let's go ahead and check and see how much clearance we have on the roof side of things. We're just going to move this back to where this A-frame is, And it'll let us see how much clearance we have once we have the full roof built. So that's how much is going to be sticking up out of the top of the roof right here. Alright. So that looks pretty good. And then on the inside, we'll have something like this going on. Okay. So, now, for the fun part, I have a gut feeling we're going to have a little bit of issue here. But yeah, we'll cross that bridge here in a moment. So, let's go ahead and replace this floor out to something that we can measure off of. And I like these mosaic floors for centering up and measuring, because they have these little squares and you can just kind of fine-tune the measurement to make sure you have it just perfect. One thing that's going to be interesting as I'm building in the walls and the roof here, hopefully it'll let me just build through it with it burned. Sometimes you may have to resort to putting this on a conduit, but other times it just works. And it seems like it's just going to work today. So, alright, and that's what I was afraid of. As you can see right here, the wall is kind of clipping through our fireplace, even though I've got just the bare minimum merged through. So what we're going to do is we're going to repair this. And in order to hide that bit of clip through, I'm going to go over to the Appliances tab. And I'm going to build this stove. And what I'm going to do with this stove is, first and foremost, I'm going to line it up centered with everything else. And then we're going to slide in. Side effects include blood loss due to face deskin. Oh, face desking and loss of sanity. Oh, man. Okay, so anyways, we're going to just slide this in to the fireplace, like so. And so there's an intersecting object. Of course there's an intersecting object. Sometimes. Okay. Game's gonna make a butt out of me. So let's do it this way. Instead of building the stove first, let's take and straight from the build menu, we're gonna try to put the stove in as centered as we can. And it's still intersecting. You worked the other day! What is going on here? Okay, so unbeknownst to me, why it's not doing it the easy way, and it's weird that it's giving me lip about this. For whatever reason, it doesn't want to let me snap the stove into the fireplace. Whatever. My last build that I did this on, it let me do it this way. So, after all that effort of getting that stacked up perfectly, let's just take that back off. Because, yeah, nothing I want to do more than undo the work that we just did to get a stupid stove in my fireplace. So, we're going to slide this on top. We're going to adjust it as best we can without it giving us support errors. Way to bring a build to a halt, game. Let's just, yeah, so it's going to be tricky. It's going to be a pain in my butt. It's going to fight me, as it always does. Ugh. Ugh. Alright, so, fun stuff. That might do. For the interest of time, I'm not going to fight it over perfectly aligning it and whatnot. So we're just going to do it this way and just roll with it. Let's just go with it. Sinky dirt, sinky dirt, sinky dirt, sinking all my in the dirt. Let's just do this. It's not quite perfectly aligned. Go figure. Not going to fight with it. I would have ended... Oof. I would have liked it further forward. But that'll do. That'll do. Can I still open the stove door? Oh, what do you need? What do you need, you little needy thing? Alright. There we go. Yep. It works. Alright. It just works. And on the back, we're not clipping through, so that'll do. That'll do. And let's bring this back in. Go through all the trouble of realigning it once again. I'm going to try to get it as centered as we can. And then from the back, we're going to pull it through the wall some. That way it's showing on the outside. Might want to bring it just a little bit more on account of... Come on. Come on. Alright. Alright. Now, let's try to restack this again. And probably not get it right on the first try. That's okay. Good enough. It's good enough for government work. Okay, so let's go back to our fireplace. And not fireplace, our flamethrower, and burn the fireplace. Now we're going to get in our walls. 1 and 2, and then we're going to stack up flamethrower on a bookcase. Turn it. Activate. Okay, with that done, let's go ahead and go to our walls. Put in that. Now, if you want to have a curtain on this, now's the time to do it, because collision and whatnot. So, let's go to our wall. And there's 2 curtains you could do here. You could snap in one of these guys. You could snap in one of these guys. Whatever you want to put in. But with it being a floor-to-ceiling job with this window, you may want this one. Or, if you don't want to use one of these, you can replace this to a doorway. And before you repair, you can go over to your doors and slide one of these bad boys in here, like so. Now, oh, before we repair, I forgot. And I'm going to have to reburn the fireplace. No, we'll wait. Just to make things easier, we'll wait a minute. And we'll go ahead and finish up the roof over this before repairing all. Alright, so, let's go get our front gable end on here. There we go. And then the roof. This is where it gets a bit fun. So the roof's going to crisscross here. So we're going to have to burn it out again. And this is really, really fun. Oh, come on. Go the right way. Alright. So, with that, we're going to go ahead and replace this to a flat. And we'll replace one of these guys back here to a flat. And what that'll do, that'll give us kind of direct access to burn out these 2 roof pieces. Just kind of slide in here at an angle. And this should hit both roof pieces. Maybe not. Just readjust it here. And then bring it over to this side, and you're going to want to hit both these roof pieces. Again, come on. Trigger. Boom. Now that's what I'm talking about. Alright. So then replace this back to a sloped piece. And with those 4 roof pieces burned out, we can go on the inside. Or not the inside, but in this middle row. And we can snap in our roof running in this direction as it fights me. And there we go. With all that done, let's just go over here and hit repair all. And okay, last touch on this, we're going to replace these contemporaries to glass and add in our doors. So let's go ahead and do that and replace our floors as well, get them into their final state. One, interior doors, 2, it's going that way. The door into the sunroom is going to open out, and the door onto the back porch also opening out. All right, and let's replace this back to the herringbone floor, which I passed. It's back the other way, right here. All right, and with that, that is this build completed. And you see, let's open the curtain, let the sun in, close it back up, good to go. All right, so let's take a quick walk around, check it out. Like I said, I didn't go as far as to putting a smokestack in the fireplace using the modern fireplace, because I just didn't want to. But if you wanted to, that's totally up to you. And this little bit right here, this little shelf, you can take and you can display little whatnots and doodads on it if you want to. Otherwise, you could use this bookcase to mask a modern fireplace. Pull the bookcase forward, hide the modern fireplace inside the upper fireplace to get the smoke effect coming out. Once again, that's up to you how you want to do your build. In this instance, I decided I didn't want to go through the trouble. So, yeah. So like I was saying, you can take and you can display. Now, it's could be tricky getting things to display up there, because they'll probably want to pop up to the ceiling, so you may have to break the ceiling out. Oh, hey, let's add in a little touch in here to make things a little bit nicer. With this nice large ceiling we got over this great room, we're gonna just put in, come on, go up there. We'll manually adjust it from this end, get it nice and center. There we go. That's a nice little garnish. So let's take the tour. In here we've got the kitchen. Now when you do your countertops and whatnot, this bit of floor will be covered up, so you don't have to worry about making the kitchen and the bathroom floor exactly the same. Quick, go to appliances real quick to show you what I'm on about. A lot like the other build I did that had a small kitchen like this. You can go to your fridge, and I'll show you. This little nook right here is perfect for just squeezing in the appliances, and yeah, so that, look at that, perfect. Not a huge fan of this little gap, but yeah, that's just how these guys end up going. However, we might be able to turn them green. So yeah, it's green now. Just a side effect of breaking items in your camp. That's nice. But anyways, easy fix, barely an inconvenience. We can take care of that, no problem. So yeah, you can build out your counters and whatnot in here with little issue. A little bit of work, but it's doable. I need to find the right tab here. This guy right here, the vault desk, he's a perfect fit to build countertops. I use them all the time, so you can drop merge in all of your counter bits on that, and that works pretty good. Works out really well. You can do 2 of them here. You get just about the entire span. However you want to do it, you know. It's your build. I'm not going to go into the whole furnishing it because it's going to take a long time to furnish. So, could we put the plasma TV on it? On the fireplace? Yeah, we could. You very well could do that. Of course, just go follow my chimney tutorial. I cover exactly how to get the plasma in there. So just squeeze in that step too as you're putting all this crap together. At this point, I'd have to pull it back out to do, or yeah, I'd probably have to pull it back out to get it in there possibly. I don't know. It's weird sometimes with collision. Sometimes you can slide in the foot locker on a broken fireplace and it'll merge right in on this little shelf piece. But anyways, continuing on, so you go through here, we've got the smaller bedroom to the left or right, and the sunroom coming out here. And through here, we've got the master bedroom, kitchen, bathroom, and a mountain. And that doorway is not supposed to be there. A small oversight. Let's fix that. Okay. And a mountain of budget left to furnish this thing. I mean, look at all that budget. Look at how big this house is, and we've got all that budget. What? That's unreal. How much budget we've still got, and how big of a house we built. We can furnish to our heart's content. And we've got some wasted budget out here with these foundation bits. So, yeah, let's get rid of those. So there's still a lot that can be done with this, and you've used a fraction of your budget. That is a lot of decoration you can pack into this thing. So, okay, now, easy way to get rid of the green piece. Always fun getting rid of the green piece. So, normally it used to be before they gave us camp slots, you actually had to relog the server to make it, you know, go away. But what you can do is you can just activate an alternate camp. I'm going to give it a minute to let you activate a new one because there's a delay. But, let's see, that might be enough time. Let's pull our thing back up. And activate can to recently. Okay. Let's keep spamming that X button until it works. At some point it's going to work. Still waiting. There it goes. Alright, so now camp's back. And voila, green piece is gone. It kind of fixes all of that whenever you reactivate the camp. But anyways, there's that. Let's see. I have no idea how long we've been at this. It's 12:31. So, wow, that only took about an hour to build. Go figure. Didn't take too long. A little over an hour, maybe. Hey, Eli, can you go play in your room, buddy? All right. And let's go. Let's see. So, let's go check out the camp that I was building on last week. Still got a lot left to do on it, so that's why I haven't got a video out for it yet. Thank you, Ward. Do appreciate it. But this week, figured, as I was testing around last night, I could probably squeeze an entire camp build into a live stream. And we have done that. Man, this is a nice place. I might be half tempted to turn this into a full build for the channel. I'm probably going to demolish it. In order to have a space to build in next week with you guys and gals. So, let's jump to another character real quick. I'm going to show you the progress I've made on the big cabin. This one, oh, it's been a fight to build this one. It's been a real fight. Wrong character. There we go. So, this one's been a process. I've got one camp build that I've filmed and I've got to edit the video for, so I'll have a video showcase out for that one, or the other one. 2 weeks ago, we were working on a contemporary house in the same spot we were just building. That camp is 100% furnished, finished, and filmed. I've just got to edit the video and voice it. So, probably have a new video out tomorrow or Monday. So, look forward to that. And another camp tricks video to probably cover the wallpaper trick we did in that cabin we just built. For those who don't want to sit through a 2-hour long live stream. So, the cabin we were working on last week. This thing is just straight up amazing what I've got done on it. So, in the live stream last week, all I managed to get built was this entryway and this little wall right here behind it. I had this offset bit to the left originally, but at the time I didn't realize that this tree right here was non-bulldozable. So the wonderful thing that happened with that is this lovely branch right here was just shooting right into my dining room. Oh. Let's see. So, we'll give you the quick tour of what I've got built so far. We'll walk around the outside first. Got my hanging lanterns for my porch lights. And stepping inside, we got the West Virginia table merged down as a bit of a inlay in the floor. It's kind of nice. Now, let me just... It's probably not playing over stream, but that jukebox is just... Shut up. Thank you. Decorations subject to change in here, so keep that in mind. This isn't the final build yet. So... Let's see. We got a small office over here in the corner. This is probably going to stay the way this is. I like this. So this corner is going to stay like this in the final build. And we've got a guest bathroom, little half bathroom right here for the guest. Not sure how I'm going to do this whole living room situation with the furniture. This is still brainstorming on this. This is likely to get scrapped right here, what you're seeing. So coming through here, where I've got this offset, I had to use a roof piece to kind of bridge this gap and make it as seamless as I could. And ended up using a defensive wall to cover this little bit. So coming in here, we've got the kitchen and dining room. This big bay window that you can look out at this view. Was testing some things with merging the crafting station on the stove, just to have a pot and some extra decor. The sinks and stuff are going to go right here. I may do the little merge trick that I did with the wallpaper on the other build right here. I had learned it after I built this, so once again, subject to change. One moment. Okay, and let's see, going through out the back door here, we've got this porch, which just, look at that. That is one heck of a view here. Absolutely love it. It's spectacular. What a great spot to build. And for those of you who don't know, this is built to the southeast of Sons of Dane, and I've got things shooting at me. Anything else? Okay. Oh, thanks, Mike. Do appreciate that, bud. You made a high-top kitchen counter, presumably using chimneys and the Vault-Tec desk. I want to know how you made the desk float so they can get the high-top look. Oh, shot at again. Alright, we'll go over to... Which build in particular was that from? I know I've used that in a few other ones. High top kitchen counter, and the Vault Tech desk. Okay. Yeah, that was the underground build. So we'll go over to that one, and yeah, I'll give you a look at the inner workings of all that. That was a real mess to put together. We'll swing over to that build here in a moment. Okay, so out here on the back, we've got this small floating A-frame that I've got dropped down a little lower than everything else. And it covers up this little half porch, which I think is a nice little touch. And the underpinning. Now, this is the same process as the other build we just did, except instead of putting the underpinning pieces on the inside side of the foundation, we put it on the exterior side with the interior facing out. And we wrapped the entire build that way on this one. Now, what's funny is, the thing that I think that sets this camp apart the most, and that makes it really special, is the fact that I got this curve in it. And the funny thing is, originally I wasn't even planning to put this curve in, but then the terrain just kind of dictated it. It said, hey, I've got this massive rock here that you can't build into, so you're going to have to do something different. And in order to get it to shape to this terrain, I had to curve the build to get it in. And it actually ended up making the whole build look 300% better. This is a visual glitch. For whatever reason, there's a glitch in the game with wallpapers. So technically the wallpaper's on there, but it's not showing up. As you can see, I can go to put it on and it's not there. But if I go to a different piece, and yeah, it was still there, but visually it wasn't for me. If somebody else came here, they probably would have seen the wallpaper. And it's weird that it does it at random. So somebody could show up at your camp, and when it renders in, wallpapers won't render in for them. Sometimes at random, you won't know it. They'll see it and they'll think you're a half behind person who, you know, is too lazy to wallpaper your camp. But in reality, the game's just bugged out and not displaying your wallpaper. What's up, Madness? A little late. You sleep in today? Get your plants watered? We built an entire camp while you were away. Oh, but yeah. Okay. So I didn't go left-handed. We checked out the right-handed side of it. Now let's go to the left. And through here, we've got a bit of a washroom here. And through this door, we've got a small but usable master bedroom. And through here, we've got the master bathroom with the clean shower, his and her sinks, and the whole 9 yards. Oh, my condolences, Madness. Migraines, no fun. I had the worst headache yesterday. That's one of the biggest reasons why I didn't get anything done on my video yesterday, because I just horrible headache most of the day until late last night when I finally got on. But yeah, a lot of things still yet to be done on this build, and still a decent amount of budget left to furnish it, considering how much structure I've got built. Got mountains of budget left to finish this camp. Hopefully it'll be nice and well furnished out. So things are subject to change, so still a while on this one before it's completely finished and ready for a showcase. But that's the progress I've made on it. So let's move on to the underground build that I did on my other character. Let's see. I'm trying to remember the stupid password to get underground on that one. I think it's 0670. Anyways, let's go this one. Play private world. What's up, lobby? What is happening?
Hey, Daddy. Did you do it?
Do what, bud?
Did you get the video right?
No, we're still live streaming, buddy. You want to say hello? Come say hello, bud. No? You gonna be all shy now? Oh, lobby. Have to do another area chat concert sometime. And this time I'll try not to butcher the songs. That's hilarious. Oh, almost heaven. Oh. All right, Phoenix, you take it easy, bud. All right. Do 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 do. Could you do a small series where you build and decorating rooms as inspiration to others? Perhaps. It's always a possibility. Still looking for ideas on things to do to improve the channel, so that's a high possibility. All right, let's see. Which build was it? Okay, that's the row house. I don't think this one has Camp 3 placed yet, so Camp number 2 doesn't have a name yet. It needs a name. Down here.
Call it the camp tutorial.
All right.
Tutorial. Camp tutorial would be a good one.
All right, bud. Do 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 do. It's only 12:45. Holy cow! I feel like I've been streaming so long, but we got a lot done in the short amount of time I have been streaming today. It's amazing how much. Where the heck is my camp at? Oh yeah, it's up here. All right. So, oh wow, good shot. All right, anybody else? Just hang on a second so the rest of them can spawn. All right. Hi, you all. Hope you guys are doing well. Hope you're doing well, bud. All right, I think that's everything that was going to shoot at me. All right, so let's put this away. Oh yeah, I got all the power turned on through the terminal, so we just walk right in. No need to put in the secret code. So let's go on down here. And into the underground base we go. So I'm building underground on this one. I tried to make it as immersive as possible, so I didn't want to have any of the glitch showing. So I covered up every little crack that you could possibly see outside. Here's my little aquarium. Look at the fishies. Fishies, fishies. Anyways, and hilariously, I hadn't done any of the Brotherhood of Steel quest at all. So when I was building this camp, I actually stopped building just so I could do the Brotherhood of Steel quest so I could get that stupid diver suit to go in my aquarium. So a good amount of effort went into that. But on to the question about the countertops and whatnot. So on this build, I used the vault desk and the counters, or the cabinets, I'm sorry. The vault desk and the cabinets to build the countertops in the kitchen. And then to the left, I do have the lodge table merged in on top of the fireplace. Now, if this were an above ground build, I would have had to do a foundation merge to get all these things sunk in. But since this is an underground build, there's a neat little bonus that goes with building underground. You can use upper floors, and these mesh upper floors you can just freely like snap down into. So if you notice this this whole structure right here is built on a conduit. There's a conduit right there. So what I did is I drop merged all of this into the conduit and drop merged it through the floor. And this rug right here that's also drop merged down is what's supporting the cabinetry. So yeah, that's how all that was brought together. It was a multi-step merge, and I can't quite remember the entire process. And it was kind of involved. There's a lot sticking out on the backsides of this. Once again, when you're building underground, you don't have to worry about what the exterior looks like. So you can clip things through the walls and not have to worry about, oh, you're gonna be able to see it from the outside. So these fireplaces are just turned backwards, and on the outside, the little shelf bits hanging out the wall. Um, there was a lot of things that went into the build order on this, and I can't remember all of the steps offhand. But these this tabletop was merged down. I got it to snap to one of these fireplaces, and then I drop merged the table down into the one fireplace, and then I stacked that fireplace on the other fireplace, drop merged it down so that it was level. The two fireplaces side by side merged together. So you can see they're kind of overlapped here. Or did I? No, I didn't. Okay, I drop merged the table into this end fireplace right here. I broke the fireplace, built this fireplace beside it, because when you break this fireplace, the table disappears. Then I built this fireplace beside this fireplace, with them on top of a long conduit. No, don't grab that one. Grab this one right here. Okay, with them on top of a long conduit. And then I drop merged these guys down into the conduit. Oh, okay. That's not how I did it, but that's a way you could do it. With the table, I cheated on this build. I got lazy. Now that I grabbed the conduit, I can see what's going on under it. I had built the two fireplaces on the conduit, drop merged them into the conduit, placed the conduit in place, broke the conduit, put the table on top of a stash box, slid the table in place. Yeah, it was a mess. It was a grand and glorious mess merging all this together. So, well, we could be here all day talking about how I built this, but one piece at a time. And like I said, with the conduit, when you break the conduit, everything that is on the conduit disappears completely. So the game doesn't register it as existing anymore. So you can freely merge into it. It uses a bit more budget doing it that way. But it works in the end. It's a bit of a pain. And it's a bit complex, over convoluted. But yeah. Tell you what though. Let's go back to my other character. And let's build this above ground. We'll build this on a foundation. And we'll build it using the drop merge method instead of all this over complex conduit mess. Which, granted, the drop merge method might be over complex as well. So, let's do this. Let's change characters and go to town on that. Character. So back to the first character we were building on. We built that cabin. Now, what might be really crazy? What if I incorporate that countertop design into the cabin we just built? That's where we'll build it. Can it be done? Probably not. Not the way it's laid out. Well, maybe I could. Maybe I could build a bar to the side that's at the bedroom. Pull out the wall. Yeah. Yeah, I got an idea. We'll make it work. It's going to look good. It's going to look awesome. It'll look sweet. I want to get this done. So, let's get started here. I wonder if there's going to be a riffraff showing up while I'm setting up to do this. I don't know. Alright, so back out our build here. Let's just go and open this door so we can get in here. So what I'm going to do is we're going to build it on this floor right here. So first thing I'm going to have to do, first things first, this wall's got to come out. And it's going to be interesting. Riffraff, you say? Riffraff. Indeed. Ruffians. Delinquents. Yeah, so far, so clear. Rowdy neighbors, you know. I got some real rowdy ones up there. But they don't tend to come down the hill very often. They usually stay up there. All right. So, let's see here. All right, so let's go to our lights, and we're going to go ahead and grab a few of these fireplaces, and we're going to start getting some measurements on where everything's going to go. Now, I do know we're going to have to build out. 2 is too much. It's too long to get. Well, it's not necessarily too long. I could probably pull it off. But it's a multi-step merge. That's for darn sure. And it takes a lot of pieces. So, first things first, I've got to figure out the order in which I'm going to merge these. So, let's go outside, and I'm going to build myself 2 foundations out here to work off of for the first part of the merge. Let's go ahead and get something that I can have some lines on to line everything up out here. Store these guys. All right. Okay. This one's involved. Let's see. Like thinking in my head how this is all going to come together, because it's I'm trying to make this all in one merge. So I took a shortcut on the underground base to make it easier on myself, and in turn it used a little more budget to do, but it was easier. Okay, so first things first, let's get things measured up and see how this is all going to come together. And this may work out just right. The table like so. All right. First step, let's line up this table so it's nice and straight on this edge, as straight as it can be. Need support, shut up, game. That looks fairly straight. Okay. So once you have that, we're going to pick it up, bring it over here, and it's going to be a pain in my behind and say it needs support because it's a butthole. Notice it wants to snap over here where it's hanging out. So in order to get that to actually be supported by the fireplace, which if you want to fight with it and try to get it to support where you want it, you know what, let's try one thing real quick. Let's see which one it snapped to. So it snapped to this back one. Chances are this isn't going to work, but I'm going to give it a shot. We're going to scoot this back one over. What I wager is going to happen, it's going to not register support anywhere across it, of course. Okay, so that didn't work at all. So the game wants to be difficult. It's going to be difficult. That's okay. We'll grab this guy, and we're just going to put it on a rug. It uses more budget, but that's just the way this is going to be. Doesn't really matter what rug you use. In this instance, I'm going to use this guy, but you're free to use any other one you want. It doesn't really matter too much. It just has to be a rug or a conduit. Anything short that you can stack it on. So, with the rug, we're going to slide it in place on this fireplace. Which I need to scoot the back just a little bit. Doesn't matter. Church. Come on now. Oh man, so let's scoot this back just a little bit. Hopefully that's not too far. It looks like it's gonna be fine. Okay, so with that in place, we're gonna grab this one and we're gonna sinky dirt it. Sinky dirt. Alright, sinky dirt's done. I think. Yeah, that's good enough. I suppose. Jump up here, do some jumpy jumps. I'll go in photo mode so I can get a better look at it. Yeah, good enough. Okay, so now that that's done, okay, let's see. I need, this one's gonna go, it's gonna butt up right against that one. This one's gonna have to go in first. It's gonna be a multi-step thing. I was gonna make it an all one solid merge, but we don't need to. We can do some shortcuts here. Let's go stored, not stored. Lights. Where's the lights? I know where the lights are. Alright. Can I get this to place on top of that? And no, I can't because it doesn't want to register that it's... I saw green for a second there. Alright. So it wants to go this way. It's registering off that bottom corner there. So that could work. Let's see how that lines up. It's not where I want it. Okay. So here's a trick that may or may not work. Sometimes it does. Sometimes it doesn't. Let's get another rug. And what we're going to do is we're going to bump this fireplace right here up on a rug. And I may need to turn it the other way. But you can go up and down with the pressure plate. Is there anything that will allow you to shift left to right? Oh, nice. We're getting a small hurricane tomorrow. Well, that sounds like fun. Used to live down south. Got those all the time. Great. Good times. No, I'm just joking. It can be horrible, devastating for some. Never a good thing. Especially with the destruction they can bring along with them. Let's see. We're gonna get this right here, so maybe. And I'm probably doing this backwards. Nope, it's. Let's look at that. And it's attached to this one, so yeah, crazy idea worked. Go figure. However, let's see how far back we can get this guy because. Oh. Ugh. Now let's scoot this guy forward. Maybe I can get it to let me slide it back and hopefully stay on this guy. Sure, it's working. It's working. Cool deal. Need to bring it back just a little bit because we're going to have it on this side of the wall. Try to hide the mantle bits in the wall. Okay. Now that that's done, let's sinky dirt this. See if we can get lucky with it just lining up perfect. Of course, I could use a pressure plate to get it, you know, really finely merged. But that's not really going to be a concern. I could have made a big mistake, though, just now. I don't know. I may have to tear out part of the roof to get this in. Oh. If that's the case, this is going to be real fun. Close enough. I hope. I hope that's close enough. Hopefully it doesn't give me any... You know what? Let's backspace it. Then we'll pull on a pressure plate to get it perfect. Go too far, no big deal. Just bring the camp module over, or bring this to the camp module and attempt to get it to register on the camp module and place it down. And power connectors, pressure plate. Activate the pressure plate first, then stand on the pressure plate. Let's go 2 more clicks. 1 and 2. Perfect. Perfect. All right. So now with that done, we don't need this one anymore. Let's just store it for now, though. Now, okay, this is going to be a bit involved. So let's replace this to a doorway. Let's replace this to a doorway. We got to pull this floor out. And we're going to have to replace this back to a contemporary or barn or industrial. Now, we need to line up all of our bits on the inside here. So the first piece I'm going to take in is going to be this one. And we're going to figure out where we're going to put the bar. So we're going to put the bar right in here. So let's change this to another floor where we can actually line it up. I'm about to blow up some vertibots. They're so annoying. Come on, let me out of here. Let me out. Keep flying. They're probably just going to hang out. I can't hit them from here anyways. Oh well. Alright. So. Okay. We know this is going to be 2 of these guys across, so let's figure out where we're going to put it. So we want the back one to line up about right here into the wall. So then lining up off of that, we're going to bring this piece forward to about here. I'm going to bring out the flamethrower. And we're going to burn this one out. All right. That's weird. You can still see the heat effect. Gonna see it right there. That little. That's interesting. Anyways, back in build mode. Let's go in here, out here, and grab this piece. And once again, we need to line it up as best we can. I'm going to slide it slightly into this fireplace. It'll let you kind of overlap them just a little bit, but not a lot. If you go too far, it'll say, you know, it's colliding and whatnot. We're going to bump it back just a little bit. That way it's merged into the wall a little more. Try to line it up here. Just 1 second. I'm going. To heck with it. That'll do. That'll do. That'll do. Okay. So next step, we're going to go ahead and we'll repair this one. So as you can see, that's got our countertop on top of all of these. So the next part, we have to take this outside and we have to do a drop merge on the foundation itself. And this is where it gets kind of fun, trying to force it to go down in the foundation. Luckily for me, it's sort of working. Not really, kind of fighting me. Let's turn it red. Go figure. Let's reposition and try again. Turn red again. So, fool around with it, fight with it, get it to drop down in the foundation. That's what we need to get it to do. So, we're going to do bit by bit. We're going to bring this whole thing down into the floor. If we're lucky, everything will just snap in without a fight. If not, we're going to have to do some alternate stuff to get it to go. So keep going till you get the counter height where you want it. So we're almost to where, which let's get a bar stool out to gauge height here, just see where we're at. Or you could even use the actual counters. Let's do that. Let's just get an actual counter out and see how high we are here. So, yep, still got to go down just a little bit. We're going to drop it down a few more. That, okay, now we're right at almost at counter height. So let's go down one more little droppy merge here. Okay, and that should be, that is counter height for the most part. So, with that done, let's bring this back inside. And find the door. Where's the door? Here we go. Now this is snapped in. Now this other piece, it might come in without a fight if I'm lucky. Now if it doesn't go in, which it appears that's going to be the case, and the reason that's not going in is because of the bottom part of this fireplace. So we're going to have to bring out our Bernie bits again and stored Bernie bits. Bring on a Bernie bits, burn the fireplace that was supporting the one that was out here, makes it disappear. Makes it disappear, and we should snap that back in. Then we're going to leave it broken for now. What do you think here? No, we're not going to leave it broken. We're going to have to repair this one. And then I've got to break the one supporting the table. Got to make the table disappear. And this may give me issues on account of the roof. And ooh, this is always fun. So chances are I'm not going to be able to put that in with the roof in. So let's store the roof. We can always rebuild it. We can rebuild it. So let's line this up to go in here. And what this is going to do, on this side of the wall, we're going to have a little shelf kind of sticking through. And, you know, it is what it is, but we can actually use it as a shelf. So that's going to look fairly nice on the other side. Hopefully, get everything lined up the way we want it. There we go. That looks fairly good. I think I can live with that. Yeah. That'll do. That'll do. Okay, so now that that's in, we need to burn, once again, the fireplace that is supporting the other ones. Hopefully we can get the wall in. We should be able to. Should be able to get the wall in. Alright, lobby, take it easy, bud. Okay. So now that that's in, we should be able to slap this wall back in where it was. And, yep, it went in just fine. So, while we're here, let's go ahead and fix what we tore up. And replace this back to a solid wall. And this one back to a solid wall. We're going to go back to the roof, and we're going to fix the roof because we, you know, messed that up. Beautifully, we can just nestle this right here in the corner and one piece at a time put our roof back in. So, first piece. First piece. First piece. No, you know what's probably getting me. Come on. Come on. Alright. And then second piece. There we go. So I'm going to go right in like that. And I'm going to break it because I left this guy running. That's okay. Repair. Repair. A little bit of glass, a little bit of wood. No big deal. And back on the inside, as things render invisible, we're just going to repair this one. That gets that piece in. And we'll repair this one. And replace this back to the herringbone floor. And there you go. That's how you build the merged stone and wood countertop. And that looks pretty nice. And it's a pretty good gap right there. You can kind of walk through and get into the kitchen. And have the bar stools on this side. Maybe, I don't know where the heck you're going to put the living room set. But yeah, that's how you do that. And then on the back side, since, you know, everything has to have a place, we have a small stone shelf here. We can put some decorations on in the bedroom. Or if you were feeling brave, you could probably incorporate that into a headboard for a bed. You could maybe get a bed up in there and decorate it up and maybe make it look like part of a headboard. Whatever you want to do with it. So yeah, that's how you do that. Mike, that's how you do it. It's probably 100 routes we can take to get it done. As I said, on the other build that was built underground, it was a bit easier because I just cheated and used conduits and broke the conduits to make it all go together. But this way right here uses a bit less budget than what I did underground. But you can't do foundation merges on upper floors, so part of it had to use a conduit regardless how I went about it. But yeah, that's how we build this bit. Anybody else have any questions on anything you want to learn how to build that I've built? I've got time. You've got questions. I've got answers for a little bit more. Anybody wants to throw anything out there? Hey all, does anyone know if it's possible to put paintings backwards on a surface outside of shelters? Yes, but with extra steps and extra budget. Depends on how much budget you want to spend. Um, so if you wanted to have, because that's how I build my flat screen TV as a backwards painting. Can I play a song? Could I play a song? I don't know. Could. I don't know. Oh, embarrassing myself in front of 4 people in a public world isn't that bad. We got 24 people watching, and then, in the next couple days, probably 700 people more. So, do it. Do it. Let's see. My fingers are sore still. Oh, man. Oh, goodness. You would ask me to do something easy, wouldn't you? Play a song. Play a song. Do some chip eating. I'm about to shed a tear of happiness. No, play Freebird. Freebird. Now my legs are waking up. I'm sitting for so long. Now I got up and my legs are angry at me. I don't know what to play. I'm like, play Country Roads. Only one. I might not even. Might play one verse. I'm not gonna like play the one. Play the one song. That one song. Africa. Okay, that's that. That's all you're getting for today. Uh, Anyways, let's get back to building. Thanks, TNG, and everybody else. Oh. All right, back on topic. Okay. Oh, hey, I know that lady. You knew I could sing. Now, come on. Come on, you knew I could. Anyways, back on topic. Let's build something. Okay. Lights. Let's decorate this. Wall lights. Where is the light I'm looking for? Right here. Boom. Oh yeah, we have no power. We have no power in this build. So, let's go ahead and do that. Let's add some power to this. So let's see. Easiest way to add power. Let's replace these guys to flats. flat. So where I've got this double roof, I'm going to try to add in. It's like Madness's house. All right. Okay. So, do I want to hide the wiring? Best way to hide the wiring, we're going to take, I guess, one of these guys right here. Might have a little bit of wire showing. What we're going to do is I don't want to put in multiple generators. I just want to have one generator on this house. So I'm going to try to center all my conduits in a way that I can get power everywhere that I need it. So, knowing that each one of these has a radius of about 2 floors going out, if I put one at each corner, this one should radiate out to here. If I put one right here on this back side, this one should radiate power here and here. And the only reason I got these here is this is so I can get a wire across to here. It might have a little bit of wire sticking out of the roof, but we'll see. Yes, ceiling wallpapers. I would kill for some ceiling wallpapers. Even if they just made it so that our current wallpapers that we can put on the wall can go on the ceiling, I'd be happy with that. I mean, the pallet wood wallpaper would look awesome as a ceiling. Let's wire all these together. And then my favorite generator, this little guy. Fits anywhere, makes no noise, makes no smoke. Just exist. With that, the entire house should have power. We just... Okay, let's adjust this. Bring that back a little bit. Careful not to get myself stuck in the attic. It's not too bad. Yeah, that's fine. We'll go with that. That'll be all right. This one, yeah, that's fine. Let's keep that one the same way too. And there we go. All right, good enough. Good enough. You can see the wire a little bit there. Well, that's okay. That's a small price to pay to have mostly hidden power. So now on the inside, we have power. We can have lights. We have power. We have everything we need. Okay, so let's do that to there and there. All right, so yeah, that's power should be in every room, should be good to go. Let's check over here in this corner with a random light, should be good here, good here. Let's go over here. Check this outer corner here. Good here. We have power over here. Yes. Do we have power in here? Let's try dead center. dead center in this room, do we have power? Yes. Well, that's not dead center. Let's move it over this way. Still got power dead center. Okay. And out on the porch, let's check this corner. Yes. And I have a gut feeling. Yes. And checking the sunroom. So a little bit goes a long way in getting power everywhere you need it. So, yeah. And I could build lights till the cows come home in this build and not have an issue at all with power, because with lighting you only need power to be present, so you don't need to build a giant fusion generator or anything else. How to get smoke out of the chimney, covered probably about 1,000 times in my chimney tutorial. You can adapt the method. Just drop merge a modern fire. I do not have power on this corner of the back porch, and that's because I didn't put a conduit. If I put a conduit right here, it would work. So let's just fix that. Where I have one conduit here, let's take that one and shift it over and then add in another conduit. You get the smoke in the chimney just when you're drop merging all the bits together. Just drop merge a modern fireplace into the chimney. I didn't need to add that one. I meant to just shift that one. Let's go off of this. Okay. It's probably overkill on the conduits actually, but the only reason those extra ones there is so I could pass the wire through. And really, I could probably have shifted more of these walls, more of these roofs to flats, and got the wire more hidden. Are you a doctor? No. USA, are you a doctor? I probably have a doctorate in building on this game by now. All the time I spent, all the hours. If it was a accredited program, I could probably have a degree in it. Yes, most likely a doctorate. But yeah, let's see. Continuing to check our power. Power is everywhere. Power should be 100% covered now with the conduit placement where I put it. Yeah. So yeah, anywhere you could need to have power on this build, there is power. So everything's covered. All the corners of the house. Right, I'm off, guys. Got to do some work. Have fun, everybody. Indeed. And yeah, I don't know how long I've been at this, but let's see. I kicked off at 11:18 a.m. So it is now 1:31 p.m. So we've been at this a little over 2 hours. So his face is on the right corner. Catch you later, TNG. All right. So, any other build questions? Anybody out there? Oh, let's see. One neat thing I figured out last night as I was messing around in this little camp area I've got here. I'm just gonna scrap all these lights because yeah, they were just for test purposes. Check my power situation inside. Let's see. Scrap this one out. Okay. So, have you ever been building a home on here? Do you make a new build every stream? I always join late. Here lately it seems like I am. This is the first stream where I've actually built a build from beginning to end-ish. As far as structure-wise is concerned. the first stream I've ever actually built an entire build. So, yeah, it probably will be a thing going forward. I'll probably build something simple every stream. Nothing super lavish or complex, because the more complexity, the more time it takes, and then we ain't got all day to sit around and watch me build a single wall. Yeah, just something I'm trying to add in. Yes, I'm using roofs as floors, and it makes everything tricky. Also, can't use stairs, so looking for alternatives to allow access to a second floor. Alternatives for access to a second floor. Indeed, Sean, I bet you do have time. Oh, things have been relatively peaceful for me this morning, so I'm surprised I managed to get as much peaceful streaming time in as I have today, with 3 kids running around. But check this out. I came up with this neat little trick last night as I was fooling around on this camp, trying to come up with an idea for a build for today. So as I was messing around, I was trying to figure out a good way to put a wall and a roof over a 3-wide home. So if you haven't noticed on this game, when putting a roof over a 3-wide, they've got these little arches here that give us, which, you know, the log isn't a good example. So let's use the contemporary. So let's say you've got a contemporary home you're building, and you know, you want to get a roof over it, and it's 3 wide on the front. Well, you'd think that Bethesda would have all the bases covered on what you need to make a nice clean roof. But in reality, you notice our little arches here with the soffits. There is no soffit piece for the middle. And what they give you is these pieces right here. And these pieces, they look horrendous. Absolutely horrible, because whenever you get your whole roof in, there's a notch. So what do you do about it, right? What do you do about it? Well, last night, as I was fooling around on this game, I had a bit of a brainwave. And this idea that I came up with is pretty ingenious. Wouldn't say it's super easy, but it's not super hard either. So what you need to do is you gotta offset a foundation out here, and you need to offset it by 1/2. So what I need to do is I need to bring this back 1 and offset it by 1/2. And to do that, we're going to use a 1/2 catwalk. Do you play Animal Crossing? Nope, but I got some friends who do. Okay, so we've offset it by 1/2, like so. That's where things get a bit complex. So once you've got to offset by 1/2, depending on the height of your foundation, you're either going to adjust this up or down. In this case, I'm going to be adjusting it up. And I need to take it up about a 1/2 wall. Okay, so a 1/2 of a 1/2 wall, so a 1/4 wall. I'm going to take it up about a 1/4 wall. And from there, if I've got it lined up right, so what I'm doing, I'm going to take and I'm going to build a wall facing this one. And then I'm going to try to turn this in. So if I did it just right, see, it's a little bit high. So what we're going to do, take this back down. And we're just going to adjust this down just a little bit using our bumper buttons here. So brought it down just a hair. Floors, walls. Let's check our measurement again. Wrong place. And let's go up here to our arches. Let's get up here and double check that. Still too high. So let's readjust it again. It's always fun trying to get these heights just right. Come on. I hate that when you're trying to adjust the height with the bumpers, they don't want to go at small increments. They want to just take off with a one foundation spiral staircase. Yeah, okay, so floating a single stair. Pretty easy process. Just be sure you don't snap to it. Unless you want to have to tie it all back to foundation. But after I get this built, I'll show you guys how to float a stair. Pretty easy process. Okay, so we go back to this piece. Hopefully I've got the height right. Yeah, it's close enough. So if it's just a hair higher, it's not a big deal. I think I might have it lower though. So if it's lower, let me go in photo mode so I can see it lined up better. So we go up here. We're going to look at this a bit closer. Okay, so we need to bring it up because if it's lower, then you're going to have a bit of a lip on the roof whenever it's all put together. So we need to raise it up. Like I said, I didn't say this was easy, but it is a very, very clean finished product when it's done. Just going to bump this up just a little bit. Let's get that there. And we're going to check our alignment once more. As I say, you know, cut twice, measure once. Just kidding. There we go. So it's just a little bit higher, and it'll look good when all's said and done. So how do we get this on the other side? You may be asking yourself. Pretty easy process here. So what we're going to do is we're going to take this and we're going to replace it. If you've done the scoreboard and you've earned the Brotherhood of Steel walls, or if you have the log walls, you see how you can do this flip? We're going to do this flip on each side. So I'll do it with both sets of walls so you can see. And then on the outside, we're going to take one half wall. We're going to go to our roofs, and using one that you can switch to a flat, so be it the log, glass, or Brotherhood of Steel, doesn't matter which one you use. Take this roof, and you're going to snap in your top arch off of these roofs. Store that, or scrap it. I don't know why I stored it, but anyways. Store, and store. Okay, so now that's in. Now we can take, and we can flip this. We can flip this. And then we can replace to contemporary. And contemporary. So now you see we got this clean A-frame that's 3 wide. But if we go and we snap in the doorway, we're going to see another ugly gap. Well, what do we do about this? I've got a solution. So let's just snap in this doorway. You see this little gap right here. Now we got to fill this with something. Anything. What can we fill this with? So this is where the half wall merge comes back into play that I tout so religiously. We're going to go and we're going to get our offset back to center. Not center, but, you know, change it back to where it was center using a catwalk. These guys come in handy so much, because otherwise we'd have to use stairs and then go up and then down and, you know, whatever. Alright, so now that we got this in, what we're going to do is we're going to bring this one to the back, and then we're going to build up using half walls, like so. And let me get my bookcase out and my flamethrower. And this looks really clean when it's done. So, we're going to take that and grab our flamethrower, put it on top, and then we're going to burn out these halves. With those guys burned out, we take and we scoot that one down. We're going to delete the bottom one, okay? And by deleting the bottom one, we're going to get rid of that floor. We don't need it anymore. We can take and we can slide in our doorway. And here's a neat little addition. If you've got the glass walls. Now, if you don't have the glass walls, no big deal. It looks alright as a solid contemporary wall. I kind of botched the gap a little bit. You see this little... because I decided I'd use my right stick to raise it up to get that fine tune instead of holding X and using the bumpers on my controller. So I accidentally added in a little bit of shift to the left. And now it's showing in my finished product. So don't be lazy and sloppy like I was. Do it proper with your bumpers. Don't use your right stick. You can take and replace this out with the glass frame. You can get like a little window in there. And on the inside, to cover all this up, you can take and just wallpaper all the little faces here. And it is nice and clean. But we're not done yet. Let's go to our roofs. And this is where things can get really fun. You can do a lot of different stuff here, because we're gonna be merging the roofs as well. So we're gonna start out with these two. Actually, you know what? We need to start out with the top. We're gonna start with the top. Okay, so we got the top roof in, and see here where that shift is coming back to bite me again, where I accidentally shifted it over. So the alignment's kind of wonky because I messed up when I was placing it by not using the bumpers to align it and using my right stick. So, like I said, be sure to use your bumpers, not your right stick, because if you mess up the alignment, things get kind of dodgy up here. So, anyways, what we're going to do, we're going to burn these guys out. So, to do that, they're in a bit of a tricky spot. I'm going to replace them to a flat, because why not? Place it to a flat, and then we're going to stick a wall in right here. Oh, that's really high. You know what? Let's just stack up stuff to get a flamethrower up to that height. I'm not going to go through all that mess. So, stick it back to this. Make things longer and more confusing than they need to be. Alright, let's stack some bookcases. Easiest thing to use, anyways. Shelves. 2, 3, 4. Come on, 4. No? 4, okay. And then on top of these 4, we're going to put our flamethrower. All right. It's a miracle. If you watch any of my other streams, things usually get pretty chaotic by now. So how? I don't know. I don't have a clue. It needs support. Oh, of course you do. You're a wonderful game. Everybody loves you. How about some emotional support? Oh, look at that. A little bit of emotional support goes a long way, because now it works. And let's trigger it. And we'll drag this over here and burn this side. Oh, didn't move fast enough. Come on. Alright. So with those guys broken, you can finally put in your other row of roof pieces. Yep. And yeah. Not a bad deal at all. Perfectly clean, perfectly straight. 3 across with the soffits. Voila. So yeah. If you want to build 3 wide and you want a clean A-frame, there you go. Do a little bit of mergy bits with the walls. And, you know, I wasn't kidding on the sunroom tutorial when I said it opens up the floodgates to any height wall you could want to build using the barn contemporary or the industrial half walls. When you break them, you can merge any wall into it at any height. So any height you want to build, any non-standard heights you want to build it, quarters, halves, 3/4, anything, you can do it by merging in on the half walls to get that offset. So yeah, there's that. All right, Sean. You have a good one, all right, bud? So yeah, pretty easy. Well, I'd say it's easy, but it's a pain in the butt. Neat little trick that you can do. And you know, when Worlds goes live, I mean, you can just freehand this stuff in, but you're freehanding it, so be a lot. Having snapping points does make it a lot easier, so snapping off of something makes it a lot easier to keep it nice and straight. Alright, so that's a neat little trick. Probably going to have to make a separate video for that one as well. But you caught it here first in live stream, so hey, there's that. So let's just go ahead and tear this down, because we don't need this anymore. Scrap all this out. It was pretty while it lasted. And like that, she's gone. Alright. So, that is that. Anybody got any questions? Anything at all? Because, if not, I think I might be wrapping things up here in a moment. So, give you guys a couple minutes. If you got anything you want to learn, don't know how to do, thank you for reminding me. Thank you. Okay, floating some stairs. Really easy, especially if you've got catwalks. Prerequisite, catwalks. Most valuable thing in the Atom Shop. So, you're building inside your little house, and you want to have some stairs going up to a second floor. And you want them floated, or you want them against the wall. Multiple ways to do it. You know, I've showcased one way where you move the wall to the stairs and have the upper floors above as, you know, normal. However, there are multiple ways to do things in this game. So, let's just make a small mock area for a house. You're going to have a upstairs section, and you want to use stairs against the wall. You want to float the stairs for whatever reason you want to float the stairs. What we're going to do, first thing we're going to do, we're going to move this guy away. Then we're going to snap in a wall. There's a million ways you can do this, but the thing that you have to do is you got to get the catwalks in place. So what we're going to do, we're going to go with this little corner catwalk, and we're going to snap him in off of this wall, and then we're going to go to a quarter catwalk off of this corner, and it's not going to let me. So actually, disregard this. We're going to put the wall on this side, And we're going to come off of it by 3/4. Then the corner catwalk. And that's too far, isn't it? I've gone too far. I'm an idiot. Disregard that. My math is not working today. God bless. Okay, a half, then a corner. Put it against the wall. And then you're going to do a 1/4 off of that corner to bring it flush. And then you're going to go to your stairs. And you're going to snap in the stairs. Grab the floor. Slide the floor back in. You notice the stairs are off to the side. Store the catwalks. Get rid of the wall. And we're going to go over here. We'll place another wall. So let's say this is your exterior wall. And then you're going to go to your roof pieces. Say you wanted a glass floor on your upper floor. That's interesting. Say you're building like a nightclub. That would be cool. You know, a glass floor upstairs. Or maybe it wouldn't be cool. I mean, it is a nightclub. No, that wouldn't be cool at all. Oh, but whatever reason, say you're building a glass floor. Maybe that's what you want upstairs. And boom. Stairs are against the wall. And you got glass floor up here coming off your stairs. Or say you wanted to use any of the other 400 designs that the game has. Asbestos. Kind of looks like tile floors. Yeah. And yeah, so it works out pretty well. And with that, you can kind of put the stairs anywhere you want. One thing you should be wary of, though, if you are floating stairs and you do something crazy, like, say, I don't know, snap in an upper floor to it, well, isn't this just a lovely situation? They're kind of stuck. And hopefully, hopefully you can build back to ground. And get a foundation. And if you can get a foundation back in, then it's no big deal. You can just tie back to ground and delete. But do remember, when floating stairs, if you snap a floor to it, it will become locked together. So you have to tie back to a foundation to delete it. So small note. But anyways, that's how you do that. Oh, and with that, I do believe it is time to say adios. I've had a wonderful time with y'all today. So, until next week for live stream, I'll try to make this a regular thing every Saturday between starting 11 a.m. to 12 p.m. starting time every Saturday. I'm going to try to shoot the live stream for you guys every week. So, going live again next week on Saturday, hopefully, provided nothing comes up. Should have a new video out for you guys in the next couple days. And till then, I will catch you guys in the next one. This is StoleYaSweetroll signing out. Have a wonderful day and happy building.